Nah, I ain't say that. Because you know that's not going to happen.
No, maybe it can.
Everybody can when you...
Yes, correct.
Under the bridge, but what you feel about this matchup? Unbiasedly, what you feel about this matchup? You know these dudes very, very well.
Shakur had talked about this before it was actually official, and I'm like, cool. You know this fight, right? Cool, like, nah, bro, I know, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we all excited about the fight, bro. Like, we all know it's at stake. Like, we've been knowing Teofimo since we was 12 or 13 years old and amateurs, bro. Like, we all been winning nationals together. Now we're pro having to fight each other, so Teo know who he fighting.
Yeah, man.
Tension rose fast when Keyshawn Davis went back and forth verbally with Teófimo López, and it was clear there was nothing light or joking about the exchange.
It's all love, right, Keyshawn? It's all love, right? It's all love, right, Keyshawn? Yeah. It's all leave, right? All right, that's it.
It's just a young kid trying to get clout. You know, hasn't made anything, hasn't made no noise, could say what he wants to say. However, hasn't done the recognition, hasn't won a world title. So who is Keyshawn Davis? These guys want clout. Do you guys not understand this? The moment they all get into the moment, right? The momentum. They feel the IQ. They feel the punches. They say, oh, this is real life. I don't want to get knocked out in front of the world.
Keyshawn spoke honestly without holding back. He warned Teo directly that Shakur Stevenson will not only outbox him, but could stop him if Teo fights without control.
It's starting off slow.
Okay.
And then I see as Shakur wins the first round, as Shakur wins the second round, slowly, I think Teo is going to eventually start picking it up and start imposing his will.
Right.
And then, you know, it's just going to go from there. That's how I think it's going to go.
That's a fair assessment.
That's a fair one.
Especially for that to be his brother.
I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be closer than people think.
You could feel real belief behind his words. This was not fan opinion, it was fighter perspective. The kind that comes from real gym time and understanding true skill gaps. Moments like this only pour more heat onto a fight that was already intense.
I think he's a guy who went out there and he done the things that everybody asked him to do. He beat the Lomachenko, he beat the Josh Taylor, and he ain't really get the credit for it. So when you don't get the credit for it, it feel like your mental kind of go down with some guys. And I think with him, he kind of didn't go about it the right way. He ain't go about it in a way to where it's like, keep waiting your moment, keep pushing, your time is gonna come. He felt like his time came and nobody respected it. So I did see the drift in his mental, but I think that's a weakness in his game, to be honest. Come fight night, we coming in there to make sure we come out victorious. So Teo is a hell of a fighter, I understand that, but I don't think none of these dudes is on my level when I'm at my best. So he got a lot to deal with come January 31st.
When you ignore the loud press conference noise, the mental side becomes far more interesting. Those words were not simple insults. They were tests. Teófimo López was not chasing attention. He was trying to interrupt how Shakur Stevenson thinks and functions. That was the real intention.
What I think is that Teo just painted outline by being as disrespectful as he can at the press conference because he wants to try to piss this kid off so the kid come fight with him. You understand me? Because with me, he have exactly what he wanted. Because as soon as I go in there, I'm coming straight to his head. You understand where I'm coming from? So, but I think that's what he's trying to get. Yeah, you feel me? But I think that's what he's trying to get Shakur to do. Because why would you say that to a person? What does that have to do with boxing? You feel me? He knows that Shakur has great feet and he's not going to be able to catch Shakur if he lets Shakur take his time to do what he does. So he got to try to make Shakur come in and try to kill him, which is what he just did at the press conference.
Shakur is most dangerous when he stays calm, distant, and focused because he does not fight with emotion. He fights with information. He studies movement, balance, breathing, and timing, then adjusts in real time without needing excitement or rush. Teófimo, meanwhile, is explosive and creative, but his best moments usually come in controlled bursts. When things get messy, he looks for structure to reset. That is why the disrespect mattered.
I don't feel bad about what he did because I understand it now. Now that I saw it, he knows that he is right now. He ain't got much chance than outside picking a shot with Shakur because you don't beat Shakur like that. But if he can make Shakur get reckless and talk reckless to him, he's talking reckless to him to force him to hopefully force him to be reckless. You understand me? So what I would have did, like I said, I would have been reckless at the press conference, so I ain't got to be reckless in the ring. You understand me? I really ain't got that recklessness out the way. You feel me? Just so you know, I know where to be reckless at. Wherever you be reckless at is where I'm gonna be reckless at. You understand me? So and we got that out the way. So when the fight comes, I can get back to my fight game. You understand me? But he's just trying to do things to draw Shakur to him, to make Shakur be reckless. Because if Shakur fights reckless, that gives him his best chance to win. And that's smart on Teo's.
This was not about pride or ego. It was about pushing Shakur out of his calm, precise mindset and into reaction mode. Clear mental warfare. But here is the issue. Shakur does not need to win at a microphone. He only needs to stay himself. If he reacts emotionally, Teo's speed and power become dangerous. If he stays patient, the bait loses value and the chaos Teofimo likes starts working against him. This is not about toughness. It is about mental control. One fighter wants emotion. The other wants calculation.
Wait, how do you fight a good boxer or somebody that makes you not only think, but make you possibly come for them at certain points in the fight?
Honestly, it's a game of patience. I think that you just gotta have patience, and sometimes things don't open up in the first 3 rounds or the first 4 rounds, but them things that may open up in the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th round. So I think majority of the game is come down to just having patience and being mentally strong enough to withstand the patience game, because good boxers is going to be both patient, and the one that's the most patient is the ones who's going to be the most successful when you having a chess match.
When structure fades and the fight starts flowing, the fighter who stays calm usually controls the night. Just when the Stevenson-Lopez discussion seemed complete, Timothy Bradley Jr. stepped in and pushed it into deeper boxing thinking. This is where it gets exciting. Listening to Tim, it is clear this is not hype. This is someone who hates wasted movement. In his view, Shakur is not fighting within rhythm. He becomes the rhythm. You move, he adjusts. You pause, he takes space.
Got the guys timing down, know what's coming next, man. He steps ahead of his competition, man. You know, whereas I see Shakur, man, on the other hand, he is the rhythm. You know, and what I mean by that is like, he like the wave, you know what I'm saying? He'll come forward and he'll push back. He'll come forward and he'll push back. He is the rhythm, you know. And I feel like, you know, him not being the most athletic fighter, his equalizer is control the distance. That's his equalizer, man.
Bradley's comparison works because it fits. Shakur does not need to be the fastest or strongest when he keeps taking options away step by step. Teófimo López, meanwhile, is talented chaos. A mix of creativity and athletic instinct. A fighter who solves problems as they happen. That is exciting. But against someone as disciplined as Shakur, that approach can turn into guessing quickly. Bradley gives Teo full respect, calling him dangerous and inventive, then immediately brings the focus back to discipline.
Teo, more so, I would say, he's fast, you know, explosive, and got that punching power, you know, to hurt you, you know, he can sting you. Whereas Shakur is more so like, I would say quick thinker. Very decisive fighter, you know what I mean? With his movements, decisive with, you know, all his movements. Everything he does inside the ring, there's always like a purpose to it. You know, he's always in the right position, you know, to avoid a shot or to land a punch as well.
Shakur does not play to the crowd, drift mentally, or lose focus. He stays locked in like someone who already prepared for the test. When Tim says Shakur drains energy from a fight, that is not an insult, it is a warning. Frustration leads to extra effort leads to mistakes, and suddenly rounds are gone before you notice. Bradley's breakdown is not flashy. It is precise. He is saying if this becomes a thinking battle instead of a speed contest, Shakur lives there. Once you see it that way, it is hard to ignore.
You know, Shakur, again, he ain't got the athleticism, he ain't got that explosiveness like Teofimo Lopez got, man. He ain't got that, you know. But what the thing is that Shakur, he knows how to follow a plan, man. He does. And I think that's a major difference, too, in the fight. and he comes in there and he takes away, man, and he takes away whatever you got going on or whatever you think you're trying to do. Nope, he gonna take that away from.
After Timothy Bradley Jr. broke it down with precision, the discussion moved deeper when Coach Rob stepped in. Now this was not opinion, it was about bodies and conditioning. Fans often oversimplify weight changes. 5 pounds is not nothing. Anyone who has cut weight knows it can change everything. From Rob's view, Shakur Stevenson moving up is not about chasing power. It is about freeing his body. Less drain, more snap, stronger legs late. That is dangerous because Shakur already wins with timing and intelligence. Add strength without losing discipline and every clean shot feels heavier. Rob also gives Teófimo full respect, calling him the superior raw athlete. Fast, explosive, dangerous from odd angles. But he says the key truth, athleticism only matters if it lands. Against someone who controls distance like Shakur, wasted bursts turn into fatigue fast.
And he definitely has the athleticism edge over Shakur. Now, I think Shakur's defense is high caliber, and his IQ is also high caliber. So it's a really good matchup because it's kind of like Teo brings, he can either, depending how he fights Shakur, he can either make it a tough night or he can make it an easy night for Shakur.
This is where it becomes interesting for fans because Rob frames it as efficiency versus ignition. Teófimo is fire, sudden bursts that can swing rounds. Shakur is electricity, steady, controlled, always active. Rob points out that Shakur is not a flashy combination fighter. He is precise. One shot, step out, reset, repeat. That style holds up over 12 rounds, especially without harsh weight cuts. Teo can make this fight wild or smooth depending on his choices. He can force chaos or give Shakur control by rushing at the wrong times. That is the tension. One fighter thrives in calm. The other thrives in discomfort. Rob reinforces what Bradley hinted earlier. If this becomes a test of conditioning and decisions late, freshness and efficiency may matter more than raw explosion. This stops being about athleticism and becomes about execution.
Same thing goes for Shakur. Shakur can try to stay on the ropes the whole time, or he can utilize his legs and box circles around Teo. We don't know. But definitely with the athleticism edge, I'm going to give it slightly over to Teo. But, not saying that Teo doesn't have a good IQ. I just think Shakur's IQ is very, I know people know that he's a smart fighter.
When everything is put together, the picture becomes clear. This is not noise versus noise or power versus hype. It is control versus combustion. Shakur Stevenson operates calmly, gathering information, winning rounds, and letting frustration do the damage. Teófimo Lopez brings volatility, athletic brilliance, and the ability to change a fight in one moment if given the opening. The press events, mind games, weight talk, and camps all lead to one question. Who stays disciplined when the plan starts breaking? If it turns emotional or rushed, Teo benefits. If it stays measured and efficient, Shakur controls the night. That is why fighters and coaches repeat the same theme. Patience versus pressure, efficiency versus ignition, no tricks, just execution when it matters.
But I think that when we talk about fighters throughout these eras, he's not really mentioned in these things because of the opposition who he has faced. But he does have some great IQ, and from a coach's standpoint, I get to see how he does certain things, why he does certain things. I'm like, that's smart, and he capitalizes. He got good range control, so it's going to be interesting for sure.
Now it is your turn. How do you see this playing out when the lights are on and the rounds pass by? Does Teófimo force chaos, or does Shakur quietly take control and never let go? Share your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe to Boxing Bloodline. See you in the next one.